I see Cao Cao's old habits are back in force. He's been trying this way and that to bring Guan Yu under his command. They say he's given him all sorts of treasures, even the fabled red hair. Huh, too bad. Once Cao Cao has his mind set on something, it rarely changes. Though, if you ask me, it would have been better if you had gotten the horse. I doubt Guan Yu would change allegiances over mere flattery. And if I'm right, the enemy just gained another weapon. I just hope it doesn't come back to haunt us later.
What perfect timing. Lord Cao Cao has called for you. We must hurry.
I have a question. Were you close to Guan Yu? That can't be so. Surely you bonded during the Yellow Turban Rebellion. Guan Yu is a man of integrity. I imagine he will want to return to Liu Bei's side. But it would be a shame if such talent were lost along with Liu Bei's life. If possible, I would like him to join my forces. I had hoped that if you knew him well, you might be able to think of a way to win him over. I had the same thought. As long as Liu Bei's whereabouts are unknown, there is little Guan Yu can do. If we can kill Liu Bei before Guan Yu finds him, then he will have no choice but to join us. That said, we are no closer to finding Liu Bei than he is. Before anything else, I want to know what Guan Yu is thinking. The moment our army has a chance to rest, I'd like you to find that out for me.
What? You're asking if I want to continue serving Lord Cao Cao? Certainly. He has been incredibly generous and has treated Liu Bei's family well. That is a debt I must repay in full before I leave. But I do not intend to stay here long. I will leave as soon as I know where my brother has gone. I, Guan Yu, will stand with Liu Bei until my death. That is an oath I will not break. Why? I haven't explained it to you, have I? Liu Bei is weaker than Lord Cao Cao. A cause for concern in some ways, I admit. Whenever he sees others suffering or in misery, he is driven to help them, heedless of logic. Because of that, we, and Liu Bei himself, have had to endure countless hardships. Some may see that as foolishness. Others may jeer, calling it a lack of principle. But Liu Bei knows the suffering of the people. He knows the cries of the destitute who lack the power to act. I believe that is the quality necessary to bring an end to these times of war. Forgive my prattle, but those are my thoughts in full. I presume you came here at Lord Cao Cao's behest to see where I stand. If you would, please tell him that I am sorry.
Lord Guan Yu, I hear that Lord Liu Bei is still missing. I cannot imagine how that must feel. But I am happy that I could fight alongside you once more. And I say that in earnest.
I cannot thank you enough for saving my life and the lives of my brother's family.
No need. The loss of a warrior such as yourself would be a loss to the entire realm. You said the same to me once.
Zheng Liao,
I echo that sentiment. Lord Guan Yu, you are worthy of our respect, and I am glad we could speak once more.
Lord Shi Huang,
My training with you was my salvation when I lost my way. At the risk of sounding presumptuous, I hope our presence here eases your suffering even a little.
Aye. We may have different reasons and circumstances, but we are all warriors climbing the same peak. If we train and continue to better our minds and bodies, a path may one day present itself.
I am beyond grateful to both of you. Let us spar, that I may reforge my wavering mind.
Nothing would bring me more joy.
Yuan Shao's forces gathered around Baima greatly outnumber our own. They must be trying to quash our potential strategies with sheer numbers.
Be that as it may, any commander who would lead such a massive army is bound to let his hubris get the better of them. We must discover and strike at where they have been negligent. The question is how?
Send a small force to ambush them? No. It would be but a momentary diversion against an army that large. Though if we can separate their forces, we may be able to take them down one group at a time.
Separate them how? I doubt Yuan Shao would be easily fooled.
If one wants to catch a catfish sleeping at the bottom of a pond, one must use valuable bait.
Bait?
Very well. I will join the assault. Then even Yuan Shao will panic and send his army. I will act as bait and lure away their main force. You take a detached force to drive through the gap and relieve Baima Castle.
Those are Cao Cao's forces, headed for Baima Castle. I have to warn Lord Yin Liang.
If they inform the main force of our position, we will lose the advantage of surprise. Quickly, pursue them!
Now we march forward.
We will keep the enemy at bay. You must hurry to Lord Yin Liang's side. March forward!
We have received word that Cao Cao himself is headed for Yanjing. We cannot let this opportunity go to waste. We shall send our troops to target him.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
It appears we have evaded detection by the enemy. We will continue our advance swiftly and silently.
Lord Cao Cao's renown makes him an excellent decoy. Just look at the size of the force they've sent after him. With this many of their soldiers here, Baima should be relatively unguarded. Our
The enemy
task
officer
is to
has
do
been
all that we
defeated.
can to protect Lord Cao Cao.
This territory is ours.
Their numbers matter not, for I will never falter. With enough wisdom and courage, there is always a path to victory. Begin advancing!
The strength of Yuan Shao's forces lies in their inexhaustible numbers. They seem to be pouring out from the fort in an endless stream. We should first focus our efforts on taking the fort. That will force them to change their strategy.
Now advance! And open. The ambush is about to begin. We must act as one now. Behold, Allied forces are marching to our aid. This will be enough to break the siege. Stand strong. Our victory is imminent. Take that. Got this. And that. All my might. I owe
The enemy
you
officer
a
has been
great deal
defeated.
of gratitude. This battle is my chance to repay it with my blade.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Fight me! You think you are skilled enough?
You seem to have recovered. Even so, the next steps will be crucial.
Prepare to attack! Wipe out the lot of them! Come on, what are you waiting for? Let's get this fight started!
All my might! All my might! All my might! All my might! All my might!
Situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated. An opening.
Incredible feat. Believe this.
The enemy
You
officer
shine like a
has been
beacon for the
defeated.
other.
Let's go!
Victory is sweet.
Taking the fort at Yenjin? We cannot let them cut off our reinforcements. You must reclaim it. Now, let's start the advance. Let's start the advance.
This is too good to be true. The enemy's massive force is beginning to crumble all on its own.
We are providing aid in this battle in accordance with our pledge to the people of the North. However, seeing as Cao Cao is loyal to the Han court, we have no objections to taking his life.
Let's get serious.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Take this. Yes, the resistance is futile.
Cao Cao. A snake guarding the corrupt throne to satisfy your endless avarice. Chaos has stricken the land, and the tears of the weak pool at the feet of the Emperor. That is why you must be eliminated. Bring me peace.
The enemy officer
Know who you
has
are
been
or
defeated.
from where you hail.
I am
You
ready.
seem to be driven by a strong conviction.
An opening! An opening!
Now, power alone is insufficient for a comeback.
An opening!
Looking rough.
The rest up to you.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
There must be something I can do.
Let's go! You are just in time. We're about to begin the counterattack. Take that! An open. Now.
I can't hold on much longer. We need a way through.
All my might. An opening. An opening.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Perfect plan fail.
Amazing! We cannot succeed. Not without you. An opening. I will break you. Let's get serious. Break you. An opening. I will break you.
This has been brutal. I don't know how much more I can take.
An opening! That's one more stepping stone on my path to true might! Let's start the advance. Now, all my might! There we go! Tables turn.
Can't believe this. All my might.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
How embarrassing. I seem to have underestimated the enemy's force.
You stand in the presence of Yan Liang. I am one of Lord Yuan Shao's greatest warriors. You really think you have what it takes to fight me? You do not lack the skill, it seems. But this battle has only just begun. Let's end this. I can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
An opening! I have been bested. How can this be? Time to attack.
An opening.
Yan Liang has been defeated. Impossible. This cannot be.
I can't believe we managed to drive back such a large force. We may be outnumbered, but this battle is far from hopeless.
His crimson tail feathers dance in the wind as he tears across the battlefield. He must be.
Send it, Guangzhou. Attack Yanji and bring me Cao Cao's head.
Our next target will likely be the enemy forces at Yanji.
The enemy officer.
We can send some of our soldiers to the front.
Let's go.
We can cross the river to the north and attack the enemy from behind. We must also be prepared to scale the cliffs on the way. Did I judge the situation poorly?
What a predicament. Even so, I shall not abandon hope.
We have the upper hand. We mustn't waste this opportunity.
Let's go. An opening.
Let's give it to them.
Tables turned. An opening. Now. An opening. Now.
Infested. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's go.
My ambition cannot be stopped.
Normally, one seeks to overcome their opponent on the battlefield through superior resources. Well, you, on the other hand, depend on your wits and courage. You may be my enemy, but I do admire your will to fight. You might even color me intrigued by it. All my might. And open. You got this.
An outstanding show of skill. You are a true warrior of the three kingdoms, through and through. The situation.
My inexperience is showing.
I don't believe in overexerting oneself. Good luck out there. This is quite the embarrassment. I think he's gonna have to pull back.
The enemy officer has been defeated. An opening!
Cross here!
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
End this!
All my might. The enemy officer has been defeated.
I am ready.
It's time to make a move. Make preparations.
Let's get serious. How's this? Now. Let's go.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Time to attack. With all my might.
Damn it all. Why did it have to end like this?
Let's go.
What? Wensho has fallen. This is not possible. What on earth happened? I could foresee losing either Yanliang or Wensho, but for both to have been slain, you fought well this time, Cao Cao. But this brings you no closer to matching our might. In the end, there can only be one victor, and that will be me!
Winning the first battle bodes very well for our side. Overcoming their greater numbers will prove to be difficult. This is not where we will strike the final blow. We will pull our forces back for now. This was a great victory, and it is owed to your wisdom and strength.
We are humbled, but it is not yet over, my lord.
Aye. We've swatted away some of their troops, but the flow of the battle has not yet shifted.
It looks like Yuan Shao is continuing his march south. They will overrun us if we do not intercept them.
To defeat a large army, we must first take advantage of the terrain. We will draw back the front line to Guandu. There, we shall make our stand against Yuan Shao.
Zuluan, it's been too long. So it really was you. I never would have expected this. But why didn't you tell me where you were? What's wrong, Zuluan? Why aren't you saying anything? Don't tell me you've forgotten who I am. You won't answer? Or maybe you can't. Then it's true. You really have forgotten everything. Well, I suppose I should have known. If you had your memories, you wouldn't have allied yourself with Cao Cao, the usurper of the Han. You have forgotten your mission, your ideals, and the promises you made, and now you're floating aimlessly through life. Yet even so, you are unable to escape your fate as a guardian of peace. You submit to a higher power and act as a weapon for them, just as you did as a guardian of peace once before. Though this seems even more pitiful, Juha, what did she say to you in the end? Did she tell you to forget everything and live on, or to pursue true peace? If you can't remember, then let me remind you. Juha is dead. You were there when it happened. And now you're living a carefree life, free from any memory of her death. Perhaps that is the greatest insult of all. Remember, Zuluan!
Are you crying? Go, Zuluan. Down your own path. Are you crying? I'm fine. Go, Zuluan. Down your own path.
I thought you had both died. I never imagined. I thought I was alone. Maybe I was being foolish, desperately clinging to a past that will never return. I have some advice for you, Zuluan. If you insist on following the Han and allying with Cao Cao, then I will not hesitate to stand against you once more. You must remember who the Han are to us. Well, the point may be moot if Cao Cao is crushed by Yuan Shao in the next battle. I look forward to seeing him struggle.
Oh, pardon my manners. I was so deep in thought that I'd forgotten our plans to meet. Yes. To tell you the truth, I haven't had even a moment to rest. Matters of war have been left to Lord Shunyo, Jashu, and Goja. That leaves the task of governing Shu in my hands. I must also be vigilant against agents of Yuan Shao, interfering with domestic affairs. And the recent incident is yet to be fully dealt with. Yes. The attempt made on Lord Cao Cao's life, at the behest of the Emperor himself. Truth be told, we had considered the possibility, But not so soon. It seems the Emperor feels threatened by our leader's power. Should a mere retainer be allowed to attain more power than the Emperor? This is a matter that we must now carefully consider. There are many issues at hand, but for now, I must remain focused on protecting our leader. Yes, you're right. I cannot deny the wisdom of your words. Perhaps it's fatigue taking its toll on me, but I find that my ability to focus is beginning to fray. The other day, I was out negotiating with officials and handling government affairs, all without noticing that my hat had caved in. The funny thing is that later I actually saw the ministers all walking together with their hats caved in the exact same way. I couldn't believe how quickly my carelessness had become a fashion statement. I suppose all I can do now is wait for it to go out of style. No, well, perhaps that is it. I am grateful for their respect, but now I feel even more embarrassed. I'd like for you to keep all this to yourself. Let it be our little secret. Be that as it may, I am glad that we have made plans to meet later. If I am to rest, I would very much like it to be with you at my side. Now, shall we make our way to my estate? Please forgive me if I fall asleep on the way.